Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took one trade today and I missed one. I've captured everything on video. If you like this sort of thing, hit the like button. If you'd like to see these videos every day, please subscribe. And finally, if you'd like to download the trading tools that I use or refer to in this video, you can download all of it from my Facebook trading group page by the same name as this channel, Trading Armor. All right, let's go over the trade. So as always, I start with Webull with the top gainers list. Let me show you that one more time. Top gainers pre-market, select all. Press volume, and then now everything is organized by volume, and I only focus on the top 3 stocks. And if it's for the number 1 stock, I don't care what the float size is. If it's number 2 or 3, it must be less, definitely less than 110 million shares, preferably 100 million or less. So when I was trading, SNDL was number 1 and AZRX popped up a little later, but at the point where we're going to go in the video, KMPH I believe was the number 3 organized by volume, and it put up a ABCD pattern. Here's A, B, and there's C, and I actually missed the first entry, which was for the break of this candle. Now the only time I could take a trade if I missed my entry is if I can get back in at the exact same price if the stop loss is not broken. So the stop loss is actually the low of this candle. And no, I'm sorry, is the low of this candle here because it was for the break of this candle. So let's see what happens. So now I'm hovering over it. So my ideal entry would have been $15.01 or anything, just above that if it just jumps over that price. So I'm watching the price right now. It's dipping down below 480. Took a second to get back up there. It will hit 15, but it has to do better than 15 for me to get in. So I'm watching that bubble. Looking for anything better than 15 to get in. I think it comes up here pretty quick, and you can see I already set my stop loss line in place. That way if I get in and it flushes down right away, I can get out. There's 15 again. Got to see something better than 15, otherwise I don't get in. There we go. So it went right from that 1498 to 1520. I hesitated a little bit because of that jump, but it doesn't matter. If I see it go over my entry price, I have to get in, and then all of that gets factored into my profit target. So my actual entry was 1520, and my stop loss is 1 cent below this candle, and that put my profit target up at, about to enter it here, 1660. So I put that out right away because it was moving slow, and just put my line out. And then now at this point, all that's left for me to do is to, of course, I keep an eye on the watch list for other stocks that pop up, and I have that open on my laptop. I'm sorry, an eye on my screener on my laptop. And so I'm cleaning up the watch list right now. And the only thing for me to do on this stock is just watch the price action move, and either it hits my target or it hits my stop loss. And that's the only 2 possible outcomes of the trade, nothing in between. So there it's coming down below my entry, so I always cancel the order, and you can see that right now the price is at 1452, or it went down to 1452. My stop loss, I believe, was 1450 even. So I have to see 1450 or else I don't get out. So I was just checking the candle to make sure that it didn't go to 1450. And when I did check it, it went from 1450 to 1444, and then I hit my sell all keys immediately and got filled at 1437. So I took, cent-wise or dollar-wise, a decent amount of slippage there, but for a stock of this price, that's not really that big of a deal, and it didn't really make the loss that great. So the loss on that trade was only like $3 or something, which is way lower than my typical winners. So that's not a big deal, but let's keep watching because something else very interesting happened right after this. Let's see. I have a feeling that if I didn't shut down Webull and restart, I wouldn't have missed this next trade, but the screener on my desktop wasn't refreshing properly like it is on my laptop, so I wanted to shut it down and restart it. And while I was shutting it down, I noticed on my laptop that AZRX had popped up, And I think even by this point I had already missed the entry, and I didn't even realize I had this on a 5-minute chart. I must have had this stock up earlier and had it on a 5-minute chart because it's the only way that would have happened. So at this point I'm thinking I'm on the 1-minute chart and I'm looking for a pullback to get in. And then at some point, oh, and I did check because my criteria says that it must be trading higher than the aftermarket and higher than the previous day, and it was. The only thing was it wasn't trading, so that's enough to make me get in the to get in the stock, but it wasn't trading higher than the previous pre-market, and that bothered me a little bit. But there's nothing in that in my trading plan, so I still have to look for an entry. And then at some point I realized, whoops, I'm on the 5-minute chart, and then I switched it to the 1-minute chart. At some point I was deleting other things, and as soon as I did, I saw right away that I'd already missed the entry, and it would have been right here for the break of this candle. And I actually do put up lines on the chart just to mimic, what if I took the trade? Would it have gone to 2R? Because it's always good to know, if it would have worked out, and it would have, because there's the blue line is my entry, and the green line is my profit target, and the red, of course, is the stop loss. So the first trade failed, and it was a risk of 4.6%. The second trade would have worked out if I would have not missed it, and it was a 8.42% risk, but I trade for 2R, so I would have actually made double on that, so close to 17%, and it would have not only wiped out that trade, but would have left me with some profit. But I have to follow my rules, and my rules specifically say that if a stock pops up in the top 3 but has already finished one ABCD pattern above the previous high, then you missed the entry and you should remove the stock from your watch list. And that's just to protect myself and not do any FOMO trading or anything like that, because so what I mean by it's finished one ABCD pattern. Here's point A. I mean, I guess you can define point A down here, it doesn't really matter, but I wouldn't take any trades back here with the dash candles. So let's just call this point A for simplicity's sake. Here's point B, and then point C happened in one candle, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3. So point C happened in one candle, and I have to get in for the break of that candle. So that's the entry I would have taken, and I missed it, so I can't take any more entries. This would have been the second entry, but I wasn't even allowed to take that, but I also missed that. So yeah, there was nothing for me to do at this point, and it was already 4:16. I could only trade to 4:30, and I didn't foresee any other stocks popping up in the top 3, and nothing did. So I went ahead and shut down after this and took the small loss of $3.34, which doesn't hurt too bad because I'm doing pretty well this month overall. So still up over 10% on the account. And today was just a good day to exercise discipline. You're not going to catch them all. You're going to miss entries once in a while, and that's about it. I think I even wrote a little note here for myself just in case. I forget what happened. Missed a perfect entry by about 3 minutes that went to 2R. It would have been more than 16% ROI, but I followed my rules and didn't try to get in later. So in that sense, it's a successful trade day, even though it's a red day. So can't complain about that. I did everything by my plan and my strategy. If I break that, I have to stop trading for the rest of the month. So if I felt FOMO or the need to revenge trade and I actually took a trade on that stock, I would have had to stop trading for the rest of the month and probably missed out on a lot more gains. So that's it. Hopefully you guys learned something from this, and let me know if you have any questions about this. No matter what, always take your stop losses, honor your profit targets, and you should be green in the long run. Take care.